Steady talk about steady talking. Okay,
Oh.
we're live.
Now we're live. There
Hey,
you go.
Hey,
greetings,
Wow.
everybody.
Greetings, exciting.
Wow.
That was a major fail.
Now,
So
Astray, that was a good example of something you don't want to do.
yeah, don't do it on the, you gotta click go live, otherwise you're not live. Wow. So
Yeah,
please
that's what
like,
I felt
share,
like
subscribe.
you guys had this private party. I was like, well, I just want to watch. It's like, what's the YouTube channel? And it was just like, I guess there is none. All right. That's
Oh,
fine.
there, yeah, well there is. Oh, you said drop the link. Okay, YouTube. Talk. Okay, but
Right,
drop the
he
link.
only dropped the StreamYard link on Kaz's channel.
But I'm getting old. Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, you need to drop the.
Yeah, I'm doing
link.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The watch link.
Oh, no, I was dropping the channel link, but I'll drop the watch link. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll
Well, that
drop
works
everything.
too, I guess.
That's all I'm dropping. I'm not dropping anything else. I'm dropping like it's not.
Drop your drawers and hit the floors.
Woo!
I gotta put them on first. What?
Drop your in and start your grinning.
There you go. But,
Oh, and here I showed you the hard drive, Ed. Here's the battery I replaced last year.
Oh my God! Tell them how old your laptop was. Tell them how old it was.
It was probably going on 10 years. I can't remember if I bought that thing in 16.
You said 2016.
Or 18.
You told me 2016.
One of the two.
You had that thing 9 years. You're lucky that thing didn't die on you already. You
That
should
was
have
a
been
good
on your
computer.
second laptop. You
Sad
should
to
have been on
see
your
it go,
second
but
laptop.
to replace the damn screen, it was like almost $300. I was like, nope.
Not today. But dude,
Not
you're gonna
today.
see what you,
There is an S tier movie that was only picked by the three of us on the top row here. Harlem
But you-
Nights should have been S tier, but only the
Yes.
three of us picked it, man.
Man,
we're the only ones with class, I guess.
Dude, Harlem
Yeah.
Nights is
shoot off my
it's
pinky
probably
toe.
my absolute favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Yes, that's probably his best.
Probably.
But I mean, look at the cast that he had supporting him.
Red
Dude,
Fox.
Red
yeah.
Fox, Richard Pryor, like, come on,
Della
man. That's
Reese.
three
Della
generations
Reese,
right
funny
there.
as shit. Oh my God.
And what I found was funny was that shortly after that, his production company started that sitcom with Red Fox and Della Reese, which of course
did
Red
that.
Fox after the first season
died or
passed.
something.
And so they
I thought you
had to figure
passed on
something
it.
else out. But the thing lasted like another 2 or 3 seasons, I think, just with
The
Della
Red
Reese.
Fox gets my favorite line in that entire movie. When Della Reese is like,
Shoot off my
why would you
pinky
leave
toe.
just a swallow of orange juice in the container? And Red Fox says, well, swallow it and shut the fuck up.
He shut off my damn pinky toe.
Yeah, you want the best one-liners. Just keep watching Sanford and Son. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah.
You're watching a rerun.
still
today.
watch it.
That is
Beans and
hilarious.
disease to you too, dummy.
That's
Dude,
right.
I grew up on Good Times, What's Happening, The Jeffersons, everything else.
Sanford
Dukes of
and
Hazzard. We
Son.
saw it all. Sanford and Son. I'll still watch them today.
I still think with Sanford and Son, when every time he'd carry on Red Fox with Esther, oh my gosh, man,
God,
that's the best one.
classic.
Always giving her those, you ugly.
Right? Yep.
You so ugly.
Hey, who wants to? Does anybody want to switch out, or are we good?
Yeah,
or-
I'll bounce out. That's good talking to you
What?
guys. I got Joe Fest, got Trip tomorrow.
Yes,
so
thank you. Yes, look us up, man. Look us up.
Yeah, we'll be there, dude.
Well, good. All right, I'll see y'all later.
Just look for this ugly
Okay.
mug.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care.
All right.
All right. So anybody else?
All right,
Sharkticon was here, Crazy Toys, and Rick Dom is here. So if they pop,
I
back
reset
up,
my phone.
You did.
How's
Okay.
my
Yeah, you
audio?
sound great.
That's much better.
Much better.
Okay.
Yeah, 100 times better, brother. 100 times.
I think it's harder to stream on a phone for me. I have to do it on a laptop or something. My
Yeah.
hands are too big, and that small little, you don't know if you're closing a browser. I don't know.
I just
So-
all I do is I watch the picture. I make it as big as I can, and whatever.
Yeah,
whatever chat messages may happen, hopefully I'm depending on the host to pop them up so I can see them. But I'm just coping, you know. I have a laptop,
Right.
but it's old. And I wouldn't think that it would be compatible with this software. I don't even think I can upgrade it to current Windows.
Damn.
Oh, really?
That is pretty old.
Shit.
I mean, it's like a 2010. I think it was
Doug is sitting
Windows
over there
7.
with a rock.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, MC.
I think it's Windows 7. It's ancient.
He has
But
a he has
I
a
I
used
like
he has a
I like
stone
Windows
tablet.
7 and Windows 8.
I used
I-
it
10 was
for
man.
college.
I'm still getting used to 11. I don't.
I like
The-
11.
The
It's
start
growing on
button
me.
in the damn middle. No, it belongs.
I know.
It belongs in
I
the
knew-
corner. Damn it.
Dude, what was the last operating system what was in 2016? Was that Windows
8.
7?
It was Windows
8?
8.
I don't even remember Windows 8. I remember Windows 7. And there wasn't a
Yeah, I don't remember Windows.
Yeah,
8
it was
either.
a
I
10,
remember
yeah.
Windows 7.
There wasn't a 9.
Oh, I
Moto.
remember good old Windows 3.11.
Hey, shout out everybody.
Hey,
You
Moto.
remember AOL?
Hey, what's up, Moto?
Hey, Moto. How you doing,
Long time no
brother?
see, bro.
Hello,
Good,
Moto.
brother. Good.
Hello,
Good, man.
Moto. Yeah, I know. I have to do that every time. Hello, Moto. But yeah,
So, bro, I've had smoke in my hair all fucking day long. What's it like up in the Springs?
Not a whole lot. It's on the other side of the mountains.
oh,
Shit, man. I have a mountain. The big mountain's only a mile away, and I can barely see the trees on it. I mean, it's so hazy. So
Damn.
it's pretty bad.
No, it's we had that storm that came in from the north and then went west. So everything's west of the Rockies right now. There's nothing over here, but we're getting a shit ton of rain because of the heaviness is creating over the clouds. Or I'm sorry, the clouds. The heaviness is creating the clouds over the mountains. Jeez, that was hard for me to say. Sorry.
Yeah. We're a week out from any potential rain. 100-degree days.
It's been raining like Seattle here for the last 2
there we
weeks
go.
until today.
Okay.
Guys,
Okay,
it's
guys,
like 4% humidity here.
Oh my gosh, it's the opposite. I'm in Savannah right now, so in Georgia. And we're on the freaking coast. It's like 70% humidity. That's like all the time. That's
That's
summertime,
brutal.
man. It
Yeah,
is.
that's
It's like real
brutal.
sticky. It's like
Yeah, man.
what are these in here? It's like if you want to know what it's like living in Georgia, it's like go take a hot shower, put all your clothes on, and then go outside. That's what it feels like. Just wet.
For
You just-
me, I just think of monsoon season in Arizona where it feels like you can literally cut the air with a knife. Like you could cut a cubic foot and move it. It's so thick and dense. I can only imagine what it's like living over there on the East Coast where it's that dense,
Yeah.
that thick all the time. Because it only lasts a couple months in Arizona. And that's in the afternoon too when the sun sets, and that's what the high heat to an instant cool creeps the clouds and gets what moisture we
Yeah.
can from the Gulf.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's usually worse in Arizona because that's relatively low elevation compared to us. Like, Phoenix is like 1,500 feet or something like that. And most of New Mexico is well above 4,000. I'm at 6,500 feet. So, even when it's raining, I think the most humid it'll get is maybe 70%. And as soon as it stops raining, the humidity goes down to 30, 20. But right now it's so dry that I literally had to go and wash my face a little while ago because my eyes were fucking burning just from being dry.
Yeah, I can go through. I went out and cut the grass. Like the other morning, I went out like late morning, cut some of the grass. I had to come in for a couple hours rest, then go back out. And I took like 2 or 3 showers that day, and I'm still fucking dripping. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. I don't like
At
that
least that-
humidity at all.
in Augusta, and that was in Augusta. That wasn't down here in Savannah on the coast where it's even more moist. It's like it just stays like sticky.
You just
Right.
said a Stray's favorite word.
Sticky.
Moist.
No, that's what it is down here. You walk outside, you get to your car door, and before you know it, you got ass sweat, you got balls sticking to your thighs.
Damn, where you at?
Yeah,
Like
man.
Elliston, Corpus Christi?
He's in
Where you at,
Houston.
bro?
Houston.
Houston. Oh
Before before I came up to Augusta and down in Savannah, I worked at I don't want to say where I worked, but I worked in this retail store, and we didn't have air conditioning. And my shift began usually
Oh,
about
you were
9
definitely
o'clock.
a Dollar Tree.
No. It was a nonprofit business. I mean, it made profit, but it was a nonprofit. But it's part of a larger organization, great organization. But yeah, we didn't have air conditioning. So like 30 minutes into my shift, I was an assistant manager, so we were supposed to wear these white collared shirts. I never wore mine because my regular shirt would just be like dripping in sweat. Oh God! And you just like the whole day you just go around nasty and just gross, feeling gross. And all
Welcome
that.
to carpenter life, son.
Yeah. But let's see.
Sounds like that movie Night
shit.
Shift by Stephen King.
Caveman needs to get in. I can jump out.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah,
We can,
yeah, I can jump out.
All
I'll
right,
go
cool.
into the comments.
All right, cool. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I went to sign in and it
Hey,
threw
man.
me out, and now I'm signed in.
Oh, he didn't have
I'm
to
in your
jump out.
shit,
There's still
and-
room.
No,
to,
it,
like,
Oh, you're
did
on
it,
your mind.
it did it. It did it automatically when I went to sign in. I'm like, I can't do
Oh,
any
yeah.
of the things I'm supposed to do.
Oh, are you on your account or mine?
No, and now I'm under yours. I
Oh,
signed
it wouldn't
into
let you in
mine,
on yours?
but it anyway.
Anyway. Okay, cool.
Anyway, it's showing now. I have all the stuff now.
You have the power of Grayskull?
Yes, the power of Grayskull.
Grayskull. Sweet.
So
buddy.
I'll tell you, my hometown is Carlsbad, New Mexico, and the high school team is the Cavemen. Okay, now, I didn't graduate at I didn't graduate at Carlsbad Caveman, but both of my parents are. I graduated in a different town in New Mexico, but hey, man, any caveman is cool with me, man.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna advertise, if you guys ever come to New Mexico, try and go to Carlsbad Caverns. Especially if you come out here in the desert in the summer, the cavern is cool. Always is like 59 degrees year round.
Uh-huh.
I might have been there because we were out west when we went Four Corners and Colorado and somewhere out that whole area. And we ended up going there was this really bad snowstorm. And I've never been in a blizzard, and it might have been in Colorado. And then we went into some cave, and when you went down in the cave, it was like 59 degrees all the time, like below ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we came back up,
and there's
yeah,
elevators.
I might have
It's
been
cool.
there. That might have been. Is it got like the stalactites and stuff in there, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then maybe that's where we
Yeah.
were. But like we were in a damn blizzard, and I'm from the South. I never seen that much snow. I'm like, what the hell? And my brother was trying
It
to drive in
seldom
it.
snows down there. You were probably in a snowstorm when you were up near Four Corners. Carlsbad is in the opposite corner of the state.
Oh,
So I
Yeah.
mean, you went from the northwest corner all the way down to the southeast corner.
we did about 1,500 miles in like 1 week. I went there 1 year back in the mid 90s. Man, we
That's a
did
lot
the
of
Four
desert.
Corners. It was yeah. We went all over Colorado mainly because he was living in Breckenridge, which is beautiful city.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And I
Oh,
remember it was actually June 21st, whenever first day of summer, we drove up to Aspen. In Aspen, it snowed up there in Aspen. I was like, what the hell? It's the middle of damn June. It wasn't
I
much
know,
snow,
right?
but it was
Yeah.
a little bit. But that was like a fucking picture card, like a postcard. It was so beautiful.
It's
And I remember
amazing.
when we were in Breckenridge, there's like a little river that runs right through the middle of the town. And like his apartment, you had like a little bridge between the apartment, part of the apartments. It was really, that whole area was beautiful. We went to the Garden of the Gods, which was fun.
Oh yeah, that's right by my house.
Oh wow. Yes, I mean I loved Colorado. The only thing Colorado's missing is the ocean. But I figure eventually California will fall into it, and then it'll be, oceanfront property. But
That's one thing that I didn't count on when I moved here from Arizona. Was I didn't realize how good I had it in Arizona, where I was 4.5 hours from the beaches of Cali, 4.5 from Las Vegas, 4.5 from not Rocky Point, Puerto Penasco. That's the only thing I miss really about being in Arizona. Just didn't realize how close I was to everything.
The humidity was awesome. And like my brother said, make sure you dress in layers because it'd be like 70 or 80. And then by the time you get up to then it's like 40 or 50 degrees as you go up. And then when you come
New
down
Mexico
the mountain,
too. Oh yeah.
Lovely.
In the morning, the temperature will be probably 55 or 60. And then by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going to be 95.
Yeah, as soon as that sun sets, boom.
But
you're back to layering up.
I believe what they say about the low humidity, like it's like a dry heat. I get that, but when it gets over like 110, 120, that's still fucking hot. It's like there's nowhere around.
Sure, but that's southern New Mexico and Arizona weather.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Arizona and Phoenix, they get their reading from Sky Harbor International Airport, and their tower is 50 feet up in the air. So they're not reading the asphalt. So it might say 120, 50 feet up in the air on this tower on the hygrometer. But when you're on the asphalt, it's like 180, 200. People's tires pop constantly.
I've heard about that.
I mean, you've seen people cook the eggs in the sidewalk and on the dashboard and all that shit. That shit's all
they had to like paint the asphalt different color there or something in one city because it's like so freaking hot. It would just melt.
They started using a glass mixture.
Is it? Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, we use heat resistant materials in the desert. I mean, it's
crazy shit.
There's different asphalt mixes that we use than y'all have down in the lowlands. It's different. Our shit has to handle all the way from -30 to 110.
Damn.
I've seen -30 in the town 13 miles from here where I went to high school. -30. And yesterday it was 100 degrees in that town.
What was it today? Like 80?
It was a little bit cooler.
Because yesterday was 91 and today was 71, 72.
Yeah. Today, I think it only got up to about 94 at my house, 95.
I mean,
it was a little
all
warmer
depends on the way the wind blows.
Yeah.
We had sort of a little bit of a cool down because of the storms that are up there in Colorado. Just some cool air, not even cool air, just air that wasn't as hot.
Right.
Showed up.
Because like here in the coast, you get like the sea breeze front that comes in the afternoon, and it makes all the bad storms and all that. But once that thing blows through, man, it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice. Sounds heavenly.
But they don't do that we don't get it much in Augusta because it's kind of inland. We have lakes up there. We get
it is
up around Augusta. We get a lot of lake wind warnings, which we're not even technically near a lake where we live up there, but it's like we'll get these wind warnings on the lake, and I'm like, that's just weird. I don't think you can have lake breeze.
We get them here. We get marine warnings in the desert, and I'm like, what the fuck? But the thing is, we do have a few lakes, and they're generally dammed lakes. They're not natural, but we have a big like boating community that comes up out of Texas, and those lakes will be crowded with people and houseboats and shit like that. So I think that's why they do that.
Is that
Um,
the what's it like, Eagle View or Eagle Pass or Eagle Feather or some
Elephant
shit like that?
Butte. There's Elephant Butte, and then there's probably 15 or 20 other smaller lakes that you can go boating on and shit.
I know there's a real popular one that has a hotel and everything on it. It's right there in northern. As soon as you pass Colorado, it's to the left in the mountains, and I can't remember the name of the lake at all.
Hmm.
It's Eagle something, Eagle Ridge.
We have an
I don't
Eagle
know.
Nest.
Eagle's Nest, that's what it is. And are there a lot of poker runs up there at Eagle's Nest?
There's more than when I was a kid, but it's no more than a couple of thousand people in the community.
Yeah, then that's what it is. That's
It's
what it is.
really just a summer. It's really just a summer like activity, fishing and shit like that.
Oh
Place.
yeah, it's definitely summer.
Further down is a ski area. So I mean, there's always people around, but it's really high elevation and is not a very comfortable place to live for most people. You got to be a tough motherfucker to be up there. So,
Mm-hmm.
especially through a winter. But they have great fishing and it's fun in the summer. And, there's a golf course and shit like that. Not in Eagle Nest, but down the road.
I gotcha.
It's a beautiful place. It's a glacial valley with a big lake that's been dammed by humans. The stream that runs downstream is the Cimarron River. And from the dam to Cimarron is really good trout fishing, rainbow and brown.
Damn.
Like there. Is that what we're
I'm
talking
there.
about?
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
not, shit, I'm there right now. Keep talking. I'm throwing a cast out right now.
Yeah, so that road to the east is a narrow canyon. In some places it's real narrow, but that's a stream that has, really great fishing. The state stocks it every year.
I'm
There's
curious.
limits.
What is Touch Me Not Mountain? Is that like?
It's the name of the mountain. That's a peak that's marked there.
Oh, okay. Like hands
We
off.
have a lot of mountains that were named by Spanish, but there's a
Oh,
few
okay.
that were named by Western explorers, like, fucking covered wagon folk. And there's a
Jebediah
couple of
Peak.
those. That's what that one is.
Sweet.
Jebediah Pike. He did part of New Mexico. Came up back in here to the Rockies. Lewis
Say
and
it
Clark
again.
got all the flame, but Jebediah Pike and his crew did a lot of down there where the Spanish conquistador General Cortez was dealing with those guys, and then of course the Apaches.
Yeah.
And all that
Coronado's
shit.
the big one.
Coronado.
The big one down here.
Yeah, Coronado. I mean, shit, he made it all the way up into Colorado.
This area that you're looking at is not far from Colorado.
Like, I bet you could see the Santa de Cristos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the Santa de Cristos right there.
Yeah, there's the state line there.
So, I mean, we
I
have
love it. I love it in
great
Colorado.
skiing in those mountains. It doesn't compare to Colorado, but we still have a lot of black diamond shit. Taos is world renowned for black diamonds. And there's a whole lot of incredible sightseeing up there. mining stuff, old railroads you can ride. Fishing is amazing.
Sweet.
Lots of boating.
Put in
Lots of
5940 Fossil Drive, Ed.
You want to put
But
your
then you
address
get
in
into
there?
Colorado
Yeah.
and you put your life
Yeah.
at risk.
59.
Again,
What?
because the
5940
rivers are real. They
Fossil.
rage. Be trying to
Fossil.
raft that shit. Be struggling.
Hey,
I got
Moto,
it.
you realize we're live, right?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to do that live.
I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
No, I'm not going to put your address out there like that.
No,
You
it's
have
not
it
my
like that?
address.
You never
Not my
know,
address.
man. Jared Leto might be watching. You'll be getting dead rats and condoms in the mail.
That's not good.
Oh, they already heard it, so if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
And that's not where I live. We're talking about some place that's 3 hours away from me.
That's where things at Folsom State Prison. No,
I don't know where that is.
I don't know
The
either.
train a coming.
Yeah, I was just thinking the song, the Johnny Cash song.
I think it's
Sweet.
California, honestly, but I don't know.
Do not know.
Yeah, to talk about like what the guys were talking about in chat for just a second here.
Sure.
I think
Sure.
the main reason to get that Comic-Con 3-pack with Shayna, Rogue, and Sauron, or Sauron, it's Sauron, not Sauron. It's not Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's
Mom.
not Lord of the Rings. He doesn't-
Sauron. I think if you missed the Sauron Build-A-Figure, that's the main
Yeah.
reason to get that set.
Yeah. But now I do like the hypnotic eye effect that he has. That's kind of cool.
Very
But
cool.
I'm not buying
I
that
like the
3-pack for
purple
that.
shorts better than the old one. The paint on
I'd
the,
like
on the
that
Sauron's
3-pack.
better than the Build-A-Figure.
It is, because the other one is more. I want to say on the live stream they called it like the color of it is more realistic. But that's the one I got, so it's gonna stay in my display. I'm not gonna buy another one.
Yeah, and as far as the
Just for Shayna,
Gameverse
'cause they're-
figures, the ones that they showed, yeah, the Shumagorath is amazing.
Yes, and the Juggernaut.
The
That was the only
Juggernaut
thing
is fantastic, but there's one that's already out from the Gameverse line that I think is the best Venom they've ever made.
What's that?
oh,
The Gameverse Venom.
I know
Okay,
which one you're talking about.
yeah.
The one that comes, the deluxe one with all like the arms.
Yes,
flop
that's a incredible Venom.
You're talking about the brand new one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Gameverse one that's like 9
But
inches
not-
tall or something.
Yeah, not the
Yeah.
2-pack one with the cap.
Right.
Although
I
I will
saw
say
the
that
blue-
Captain America is tempting because he looks a little bit bulkier than the regular one, so he could be a good John Walker version of Captain
Yeah,
America.
I just don't need a Player 2 Venom.
No, I don't either. But they got the mold now, so it's going to show back up.
Right. I mean, when has Hasbro ever not reused parts?
Well, they all do it, you know.
Extremely
that's,
rarely.
That's just the name of the game.
Yeah, that figure is fantastic.
I saw
but
it for the
Star
first
Wars-
time last week, and I agree with you, Prophet. I'm really tempted.
Dude, the fucking drool effect that goes in the mouth is sick. It's fucking amazing. Look at that.
You know, if that was a little closer to the comic book version, I would probably pick it up. But that version of him, I have no attachment to.
No attachment, yeah. So you're like more attached to the Todd McFarlane Venom?
Yeah, that style, the more like bodybuilder with the monster head.
See, you know what I would do with this to turn it into the comic book Venom? I would paint over that spider symbol and throw the actual McFarlane water slide on it. And the beauty is it's black, so it'd be real easy to paint over it.
Yeah. But is it just a tampo on there, or is it sculpted in?
No, it's just a tampo.
Nice. Real nice.
Well,
But
I
yeah,
think it's still
Doug,
going
when
to
I
be
think
the
of
Venom I buy. Go ahead.
yeah, the Venom, I think when I think of Venom, back in the Spider-Man 300, or Amazing Spider-Man 300, that's the Todd McFarlane one when he first showed up. That's the one I
Yeah.
think of. Oh, Frank says the symbol is raised on the body or on parts of it.
Oh, all right.
He just looks sick right there, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a great Venom figure.
Mm.
Like I have the movie Venom, and I think that figure is fantastic. I don't feel like I need another Venom. Like I wouldn't mind a unmasked Tom Hardy had to go with it. You know what I mean? But I can like just buy head sculpt and paint it for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I got one movie Venom, that first movie Venom that they put out. And
yeah, that's the one that I have.
I put the Shadow King head from the Professor X pack on it.
You're Lone Dragon now.
No,
He
I
put
just
Shadow King heads on everything.
well, I just did it on that one because he's my Shadow King for the astral plane.
Gotcha.
Well, that's badass right there.
Because that's basically his body looks like a shadow.
Yeah, the fact that this is a Venom that's large enough to hold another figure in his hands is like
Hell, two of them.
I have this Carnage.
You can
So
do
you
that with
think it's a
Monster
good
Venom, but
pairing with this one? Do you think this Venom is a good pair with this Carnage?
You know what? I've never liked Carnage. I've always thought Carnage was a nonsense character.
That's the movie one, right?
I don't know.
That's the
I
movie.
bought what
Carnage.
I liked, not what I know, because
right.
Yeah,
it's
to
just
me, the character doesn't make sense. Now, the way they did him in the movie made a little more sense, but in the comic books, he was Eddie Brock's cellmate, and that's how the symbiote got on him. But there's not a prison on this planet that puts serial killers in a cell with another person.
With another serial killer.
Yeah, you would not have. They wouldn't have been cellmates.
Come on, dude. It's comic books.
I know, but it's still this. And I know it's weird because, like, the things that I choose to latch onto and be like, it's unrealistic. Not the fact that it's an alien symbiote, right? That can, like, form anything and, like, give a guy who's been ripped in half his legs back. Like, that never bothers me. But the fact that a serial killer had a cellmate is what bothers me, right? It's weird, I know, but what are you going to do?
Is that the Carnage there?
I mean, if that's what bothers you, that's what bothers you, man.
Although I do have to say there was a very funny scene in Maximum Carnage where Agent Venom, Flash Thompson's Agent Venom, is fighting Carnage, and Spider-Man uses a sonic weapon, and since both the symbiotes are incapacitated, it's two legless assholes rolling on the ground fighting each other.
Oh my god.
Because Flash Thompson agreed to have the symbiote put on him because he lost his legs in combat.
Right.
And Carnage was ripped in half by the Sentry.
Oh wow. That's a cool looking Carnage there.
Yeah. Are the I forget, are the tendrils, are they bendy wire?
Yes. And there's 5 of them.
Yeah, they would have to be bendy wire for sure.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. And then this is an interchangeable hand. I think this one might be too. I'm pretty sure he has like kind of just regular hands. Yeah. I've had him for a while. And honestly, Marvel is not anywhere close to my focus. I don't have a whole lot.
You know, they say
But
that you
I've
should
always-
never brush your teeth with your left hand.
Well, I'm left-handed.
They say that you should use a toothbrush.
Uh, oh dear, I fell for that one.
No doubt. I know he has an alt head too, without his tongue hanging out. It's just a big old smile. But I always liked the symbiotes, all of them. Didn't matter what. You know, this was back in the 90s when I was actually buying comics and paying attention for a few years.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was meaningful for me, to me. Same with Venom. You know, when Venom came out, me and my comic bros were just like, what the fuck? We were
Yeah.
freaking out. You know, it's so fucking cool.
You know, you have to
And,
admit, though, there is one symbiote that is just absolutely dumb. Screech or Scream, whatever her name is.
Yeah, and her power.
It's like if Sonic, if sound is a weakness of the symbiotes, how is someone whose power is a Sonic Scream going to
That's a
have a
good point.
symbiote on them effectively?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Carnage had that girlfriend that was a escaped from the asylum or something that had that Sonic power.
Yeah.
I want to say her name was Shriek.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
And
But
Might be
anyway,
Shriek.
you slice it in
because
the comics.
they
In the
adopted
comics, that girl gets a symbiote. And if the symbiote's weakness is sound, then that just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't really.
You know, that would be
Him-
like the
him
Human
hooking
Torch
up with
trying
a-
to have a symbiote. Right?
You
As
know,
soon
him-
as he flamed on, the thing would die.
That's another example of taking a popular concept and driving it into the ground.
No, we need a symbiote on the Ghost Rider.
Well, that's a different kind of fire. I don't know if that would actually burn a symbiote because that's like soul fire.
Well, at least
you're
it's
talking-
not Taco Bell fire.
You're talking about Ghost Rider, right?
Yeah, that's what I say, Ghost Rider.
Okay. Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
I think you're right. Yeah, because that is like Soul Fire. It's not the same.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Prophet, did you pick up that chain that I sent you the link for the other day?
No, I did not.
That's probably good because it was smaller than what I thought it was. I looked at the measurements. I thought, oh yeah, that's the right size. No, it's not the right size. It's
Shit.
it's much
Yeah,
smaller
usually
than what I thought it
when I
was.
need chain for something and I want it to scale, I go to Hobby Lobby and I go in the craft jewelry section.
Yeah, that's
Be
where
right
I
back.
find it. Except I find mine at Walmart. But I saw that on there. I was like, "Oh, that measurements looks like the right size," and it was like a 49-foot spool or some crazy ass shit for $8. I was like, "Yeah!"
Damn. It's not 2010 no more. That's for damn sure.
That's the kind of chain you're talking about, but that's not what it was. That's the
Right,
size.
right. And there's so many different gauges of chain. Yeah, that actually looks like it would scale well.
Yeah, it does. I can't tell you what damn size it is. I can tell you how long it is.
You know, I would make a cup of black wash and just dip that in it.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Well, what my wife says, it's not very long, but it sure isn't very big around.
It's 2 inches and a wrinkle, but it's cute.
And then here is Croc Master's whip.
Nice.
Whip it good.
Do-do-do-do.
Whip it into shape. Shape up.
So, and then
Yeah, I want to do a custom whip for Indy. Because
No, that would be
the
cool.
Indiana Jones figures I picked up were all the adventure series,
Crack that whip.
and none of those whips were bendy wire. I'm like, are you
No, they
serious?
sure weren't.
Come on now.
I actually, let me see if I can find it. I actually started working on one, and it's a piece of bendy wire, and it's a piece of rope, and I ran the bendy wire up the rope and just used a wooden dowel for the handle.
Nice. Let's see what I think I would wind up doing. I would take some very thin brown like fabric and braid it over the bendy wire.
Well, the idea
So
was to
there's-
dye that fabric, but this was just kind of to
There's
get an
some-
idea.
There's some small.
Yeah, it's not a
electrical
bad
wire.
idea. Again, though, you'd need to like dip that in like a brown wash or something.
Yeah.
There's a small electrical wire that has kind of a woven sort of texture or a bumpy sort of texture on it.
Mhm.
That might work really well.
I'll have to look for that.
Hey,
That'd
Moto,
be
I
a
like your
low-
emblem there. Did you do that? The Moto Viper? That's pretty sick.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I did that.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that is cool.
Cool. Thank you. Oh, I like the chain.
Yeah, exactly, brother. That's what I'm telling you, man. You should just dip that chain in a black wash, man. Just
Yeah, I may do that when I get them finished, because I got these a couple of other little crocodiles to go with Crocmaster. You know.
Now, have you thought about using the Fiona collar and just attaching the chain to the collar?
Yes. That is my plan for it.
Nice.
Yeah, the that chain, you can run a wire up that chain. That I was just showing Frank.
Is that your crackety crock?
In fact, I have a set of Daredevil billy clubs that I wired together just with the wire, so it would give it some posability.
Nice.
I took my old one of the old Toy Biz Daredevil billy clubs and I clipped the string off of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wind up buying that MCU Daredevil because I mostly lean on MCU figures. The photo real faces look better with the Joes than the comic book ones do. Although the comic book faces are getting better. Like I bought the Agent Venom, and I swear to God, the face sculpt looks like Aaron Eckhart.
Well,
I
like
just
that.
not too long ago I reviewed who was it? Leatherneck. And the head sculpt on that looks like Tom Selleck with Sean Connery's ears. To me. Your mileage, of course, may vary.
That Leatherneck figure looks like what's his name from A Punk with Toys? The YouTuber?
Yeah.
That's the Chainsaw Massacre guy, right? Leatherneck.
No,
that's
that's
Leatherface.
Leatherface.
Leatherneck
Oh.
is a G.I. Joe Marine.
Yeah.
Marine.
Oh.
He's famous
Okay,
for
sorry.
saying, "Don't call me sir, I work for a living."
Yes.
I gotcha.
But those are the things I'm.
Yeah, I get confused because I don't know anything about Joe. I mean, I
He
don't.
said, "What?"
That's okay.
You guys know that.
You're Ed's in
Yeah,
that same
there's
boat.
nothing wrong with that, man.
No.
Yeah, I'm learning from you.
But there's
Yeah,
but-
G.I. Joe is it's my primary collection.
Me
Shit.
too.
Look, my fucking character's Destro. What do you know what I mean? It's like
I feel you.
Yeah,
I'm obviously a G.I. Joe nut.
I had
That
Joe
one I
before Star
recognize.
Wars. You know what I mean? there was G.I. Joe before Star Wars. I
Oh,
should
you
say.
know what? I saw something a while back on AliExpress made me think of you, Moto.
What's that?
It was a 1-to-1 metal Conan the Barbarian sword from the movie.
Oh my gosh, 500, 600?
No. God, no. It wasn't even anywhere close to that.
How much? Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
I want to say it was like maybe 50 or 60 bucks.
Son of a bitch.
Most replica swords aren't too expensive, or even.
It just depends on where you get them.
I just want that. I want
and how official they are.
Was it Conan's bastard sword or the King Conan's sword?
No, it was the one that he took from the crypt.
Yeah, the bastard. Okay.
But they had his daddy's sword too.
Really?
Yeah.
May I ask, how much was your bat left, caveman?
Lord have mercy. I bought that thing so many decades ago. I say that. It was probably in the early 2000s when I bought it. And I want to say it was maybe like 56, 60 bucks, something like that.
Well, look at that. It's Richard Simmons as Wolverine.
Yeah, so even today, it'd probably be 200. You know, not more than
again,
that.
it just depends again. That is not an official piece. It's not licensed or, it doesn't come with any certificates of authenticity or anything like that.
I just see him like in a room full of middle-aged women going, "All right, ladies, sweat, sweat, sweat."
A true Klingon has a custom bat left.
Well, I don't know how custom it is.
I just think that he needs to look
it came
more
from Pakistan, I think.
I think I love this figure, the Wolverine Age of Apocalypse, but it needs to be more feral, more, it's
bigger hair,
still badass.
He needs bigger hair.
His hair needs to be just wilder, I think.
It doesn't look like
I did just get the Deadpool and Wolverine from Marvel Legends.
Which one?
I needed a yellow suit MCU Wolverine, so I got that.
Nice. Real
but
nice.
Are you gonna order the arms for it to give him like the full sleeves?
He's in full sleeves.
Is he? Oh, I'm sorry, the KO arms are the sleeveless ones. My bad.
Yeah, no, I'm content with him the way he is.
And didn't y'all say on this Wolverine you can pose the eyes on it? Because look, his eyes are looking.
Oh, okay. So this is Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good God. I don't even want to know what that damn thing costs.
But it's incredible.
I mean, it's a Hot
Life, like
Hot Toys exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, sure is.
400.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If they were going to make one of the alternate universe Wolverines from Wolverine and Deadpool, I want the Short King Wolverine.
I want the brown suit Wolverine.
You went to, how about the Cavalry or whatever?
That one would be okay.
Well, they'd have to pay extra licensing for that.
They would.
And they couldn't afford all that, the tampos for all that hair they'd have to paint on it.
Oh yeah, there it says separate rolling eyeballs.
Now I want to watch Deadpool and Wolverine again.
I know, right? Damn it!
And I swear that one where Cavill is Wolverine and he's so hairy. I know I saw a damn not the front cover, but it was on the back cover. You remember when the Wolverine, not the limited series, but the regular series started, and they would have the cover on the front, and then they'd have like the artwork on the back, and showcasing different artists.
I'm going to say something, and I want to see if the rest of you agree with me on this. One of the main reasons that I'm looking forward to Doomsday is so that I could finally get a Channing Tatum Gambit figure.
I'm surprised he was such a breakout from Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm surprised that they haven't dropped one in that line yet or subline.
Right. I need a Channing Tatum Gambit, man.
And
give me that
an Electra and a Blade, but I'm sure there's some likeness rights going on there.
Well, I've
There's
got a
only-
Wesley
only
Snipes
one
blade.
blade.
I got the
that old Toy Biz one.
no. Well, I have that, yes, but I got the I got a Wesley Snipes head from my 112 collective blade. And you're not beating that Mezco blade. That Mezco blade is the best blade ever made.
That's what
But I
I've
will
heard.
say, for the time, that Toy Biz blade was pretty damn good. But his jacket has disintegrated. It just like that leathery stuff that's on the outside of it. It just flakes off.
So
touch it, and it snows.
This
black
coat
stuff.
right here. This is the Mezco 112 collective blade coat that I'm wearing here in this picture.
$375 for that Wolverine head.
Yeah, he said that's crazy, dude. Where's that?
Screw that.
Yeah,
That
but
is
it's
wild.
12-inch. It's Hot Toys. It's a seamless body. You know, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Them seamless bodies scare me a little bit. Because I can just see, if you don't like put oil or something on them every once in a while.
I've got a couple of Thyssen bodies that I've had for about 6 years now, and not a crack in them. They're still in great condition.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. Frank
I mean,
says
those things are pretty amazing.
there's already a wait list on them. So after
that wouldn't surprise me.
That's crazy.
That would not surprise me. It's just like the Mezco 1/6 stuff, man. That like the.
Well, I've got that Mezco
Their
112
original.
Michael Keaton Batman, and that's a silicone body.
Yeah.
silicone parts.
But I'm talking about Mezco's. Their 1/12. What is it? The Roach Dude. I mean, that stuff sells out like bam. As soon as it hits the damn online store, it's gone.
Yeah, well, the body on the figure it's right there in my picture is a Mezco Roach with the golden head.
It would have to be the golden head.
right. And it actually came with a what was it, a 14 karat gold or 24 karat gold Gomez head.
What does he drink? What is he drinking?
Well, that's iced coffee, man. That's all I drink.
Oh, it's nice. That's all you drink.
Ass coffee.
Yeah, ass coffee.
It's kind of nutty.
It is
funny.
shit, Austin. God, I remember seeing that in the theater and I almost threw up. That was just gross, man.
Oh,
Yeah, that's usually humor that I don't really jive with, is the gross out humor.
It was funny as fuck, though.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
But
gotta
Austin
be-
Powers is hilarious, man. You
that's
got
got
it.
the second one has got to be the best one.
it looks like we're about to hit World
Yeah.
War III coming. Son of a
Wow, what
bitch.
happened? Our 51st state?
Damn, no. Fucking Israel. Israel threw more shit at Tehran just now.
Wow.
Yeah, did you guys see those people who tried to walk into Gaza?
Huh.
No.
They got stopped by the Israeli police. They got their passports taken away. A lot of them got arrested. Some of them got horribly beaten.
Wow.
Damn. I know the U.S. pulled out 80% of the embassy out of Israel today.
Well, it's crazy because, all these people get this like notion that the
Australia
whole
pulled
world is
troops
like
out of
America
Israel.
and you could just freely protest anywhere you want.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know.
sorry, man, Israel is not America. You can't just do that there.
Yeah, let's rewind the Wayback Machine to what was it, 88 or 89 in Tiananmen Square?
Yeah,
Right. Where China, they were just rolling over people with tanks, just killing people.
Yeah.
Like that. That was a slaughter.
It wasn't even the dump, it was squish.
I mean, hell, you could even find that in America, though. I mean, look at the Detroit riots. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That was the United States military just killing protesters.
Can you believe that lady from Minnesota got assassinated, bro? That's fucking insane, dude.
I mean, that's like one of the most famous photographs is that that girl putting the daisy in the Marine's gun and then getting shot and killed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They actually did a version of that in like Watchmen, the movie, where the girl comes up in that montage, the times they are changing.
Right.
Remember,
But
she
that's
puts
just because
the
Zack
flag.
Snyder doesn't have an original bone in his body. You know,
Well,
everything
I
that
bet
guy
you
does
so.
comes from someone else.
Well, at least you can say that was a pretty Watchmen was a pretty accurate adaptation.
And it's the only reason it was good because Zack Snyder didn't have to write anything. Right? Same thing with 300. That was a good movie because he just followed
Yeah,
Frank
he
Miller's
followed the
script.
storyboards.
Yeah. Oops, somebody's in the private chat.
Right. Any time that Snyder is required to actually write something, it's terrible.
I'm still.
I'm
excited to see Superman.
Me
That's
too.
not Snyder.
So
That's
am
No, that's.
I
Yeah.
am cautiously optimistic.
I'm just a Superman.
yeah.
fan,
I'm
so
excited
either
for
way,
it.
I'm happy.
James Gunn hasn't failed me yet.
Did y'all see they dropped a short trailer for Fantastic Four and gave away one of the? They're finding someone else in the movie. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Look,
No.
I'm very excited for Fantastic Four.
Somebody said it was the Mole Man,
Like,
but
I
it's
know a
this
lot of
it's this
people
creature.
are like down on the movie. You know, like the biggest argument that I hear from most people is everybody's upset that Silver Surfer's a female. But there is comic book precedent for it, and it's not the main MCU's world. Right? And I think what's going to happen, because you saw at the end of the Thunderbolts, you see the Fantastic Four ship coming into the main MCU universe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You have to credit
It's-
scene. So I think that female Silver Surfer is going to sacrifice herself so the Fantastic Four can escape into the 616 universe.
That is very possible.
My understanding is that Galactus has more than one herald, even in our own universe.
Well, Galactus
Yeah,
in the comics,
only-
he's had like tons of heralds.
Usually
Thor
only one at
has
a time.
been a herald of Galactus.
Yeah, so I just say to myself, it's not the male Silver Surfer that I am familiar with. The end.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Right. But a lot of people are just outright condemning the movie.
Los Cuatro
Oh,
Fantásticos,
wow,
primeros
that's
pasos en
awesome.
Marvel Studios, 24 de julio
Giganta.
solo en cines.
Yeah.
That's like
You know, listen, when you
Giganta.
do a Marvel
That's like
fan
a
channel,
Mole
you don't
Man
really
ninja.
think that eventually you're
Yeah,
going to end up breaking
yeah.
down
That's
Little
actually the
Caesars
one
commercials,
from
but that's where apparently
Fantastic
Marvel
Four
Studios
number
felt like
one.
was a great place to reveal Giganto, the very first villain on the cover of the Fantastic Four #1. He's an extremely iconic villain in that, because if you know the cover, you know the villain, and well, here he is in a Little Caesars commercial. Now, I'm curious whether or not this means he's going to be in the film or not in the film. Like, the line of thinking there is, hey, we put Giganto in this Little Caesars commercial with this level of CGI, but honestly, you know, look, while this might not be exactly the same quality as what we see from a Marvel Studios trailer, if this isn't fun to you and you don't like this, I don't know that we go to the same types of parties. Like, this looks really fun to me. I'm into
That's
it.
funny.
And in the context of the Fantastic Four film, we've heard at some point and during the first act, we may be getting a montage of them fighting their way through all of the classic villains from the earliest
That
days
would
in
be
the
cool.
comics, including Mole Man, Red
montage.
Ghost, and I would assume that would include Giganto. Again, even though here's the reveal of them fighting him in a Little Caesars commercial. And look, people are probably going to trash the CGI and say that this isn't any good and it looks like junk, but it's a Little Caesars commercial. It's not supposed to look like the movie. And
Well, one thing that they talk about Red Ghost, I think is it what's that actor? John Malkovich, is that his name?
Mhm. Yeah.
I think they're like, what is he in the movie? And early on I heard he might be Red Ghost. So
Yeah, you and I
Like-
talked about that.
we did.
About, you know, who could he possibly be? And I'm like,
Right.
the only person I could think of that he kind of looks like is Red Ghost.
Right. What's a
I
herald?
didn't see any super apes.
Real quick, what's a herald?
An announcer.
John
Announcer.
Malkovich has done some terrible B movies.
Well, a herald is like Silver Surfer is a herald of. He comes before. Like a herald is
Yeah, and
like
he goes, "Hey, congratulations, Galactus is coming to eat your fucking planet."
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
in
basically, the
medieval
herald's job
times-
is to find Galactus planets to eat.
Oh,
In medieval times, when kings were on procession,
Yeah,
at the
that
very
was
head of the procession were people called heralds, and they said, you know, "Doo-doo-doo, here comes the king, get out of the
Right.
way, clean the shit out of the street," that kind of thing.
Lord and Lady douchebag.
The rest of the rest.
I get it.
Yeah, the rest of this video talks about. They showed like the last part of this was all about Herbie. Is it Herbie, the little robot dude? So they kind of turned it into where they're talking about. Well, it's not on this one, but they actually did a thing with Herbie.
Frank, I agree that they could have just as easily made it Frankie Ray.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm
that
really
also
excited for Fantastic Four, though, for sure.
I want to be excited for it. I love the Fantastic Four.
Right.
Me too.
I don't know. I'm
I
trying
didn't hate
to
the original too.
Keep the excitement in because I don't want to get too hyped about it and then I overhype myself for it and then see it and it's not as good as I think it should be.
You don't want to
Well, you know, I don't mind admitting that I'm wrong later. Not like all the people who like cried for the Snyder cut of Justice League and then refused to admit that it wasn't great just because like they cried for it for like a year and a half.
The only
and they don't want to admit
thing-
that they were wrong.
The only thing that really has over the theatrical release, other than Superman staying in the black suit rather than being in his blue suit, is that Cyborg, sub story in there that kind of gives, his background.
Because it was supposed to center kind of around his story in a way.
And the Snyder cut kind of does, but. It made it too long. I won't say it made it better. I won't say it made it worse. It did make it too long though.
Now the ultimate.
Here's the biggest problem that I have with the Snyder cut. That 4-hour film could have been 3 hours if they just sped up all the slow motion to normal frame rate.
Oh my god, that slow motion, dude, that's way too fucking much.
Like, did we need a 5-minute scene of Lois all depressed walking in the rain in slow motion? Like, no, I don't think we did.
Yes, we did.
Every 10 minutes was a 5-minute fucking slowdown. Oh my god, it drove me crazy.
Well, yeah, have y'all seen the shot in the latest Superman trailer? Oh, where they show where Crypto is attacking the dog, they're flying, and he's attacking this soldier, and he turns him a certain way, and the Superman just comes in and hits him, and his teeth hit the camera,
out. Yeah.
and then it makes a clink sound when it bounces off the camera. The people are like, some people are upset. They're like, Superman wouldn't knock someone's teeth out. I'm like, well,
that's nonsense.
I'm like, he would. If
Superman
hit somebody that hard, he would obliterate them.
I can take Superman knocking somebody's teeth out rather than him murdering Zod.
Well, that's the other thing that they go to. I know Superman would never do that, but if that was the only way and he couldn't find another way, because he always finds another way, just like Batman, he finds a way around it. But if he couldn't, I can see him doing
I didn't have as much a problem with Superman killing Zod as I did with having a problem with how upset Superman was that he had to. It's like, you guys, when you fight, just killed like hundreds of people, if not thousands.
All the collateral damage, yeah.
And you're going to cry over the fucking asshole that killed all those people? Like, come on, man. If you're going to shed a tear, shed it for the hundreds, maybe thousands of people that the two of you just murdered knocking down buildings.
That's why he cried, because he loved
Frank,
them.
I took that Silver Surfer and I put magnets on his feet, and then I put him on the old Toy Biz surfboard that had the metal in it. Oh, you're talking about the movie one. I do like that board better, but I'm not buying that figure just for the board.
Well, I heard a rumor that like the Fantastic Four are going to make it out of the universe into ours, but like Galactus is going to eat that world or whatever. So their universe is all going to be they're going to like fail, and so like Silver Surfer is not going to make she's not going to make it out of there, and so that'll give them an out to bring in Orin Rad or whatever his name is.
Well, yeah, because I think that's what's going to wind up happening. We're going to get. She's going to sacrifice herself to send the Fantastic Four into another universe. Galactus will follow them into that universe, and that's when Galactus will recruit Norrin Rad as the 616 Silver Surfer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I finally watched Captain America: New World Order or whatever the hell it's called.
Brave New World.
Brave New World. Yeah, that one. That one.
It was New World Order first.
I will say this. To me, the leader acted more like the mad thinker than the leader.
I hated the look of him. I don't think that I didn't like. I wanted more comic.
Yeah, I would have liked a more comic book accurate look for the thing. The leader.
Yeah,
but I thought that the CGI fight, like the 8 minutes you get of the Red Hulk from that fighting with Captain America, I thought that CGI on that looked great.
It looked pretty good. That's probably the best CGI they've done in a while.
In a long time. But I do have
I thought it was a cheap ploy to try and bring in anime fans by using all the cherry blossom.
There you go.
Hulk smash cherry blossoms.
But
yes, that's definitely the leader that they needed.
Right.
I mean, like the hypnosis or brainwashing or whatever that he was doing, that lines up with the leader, but not through technology.
And you know what? They should have brought in Edward Norton. Because this is basically an Incredible Hulk film. It's almost like a sequel.
They're never going to bring Norton back ever.
No, you know why they replaced Edward Norton?
Because he
wanted creative control of the Hulk. Yep. And he wanted to make Bruce Banner a fucking artist. It's like, dude, get the fuck out. There's the door. Leave.
Well, I was watching a video the other day that talked about Marvel trying to bring us World War Hulk, and they don't think that they can sell enough toys to do that, like to try to get the kids in the theater. So going the Smart Hulk thing, they thought was a better thing. But I want to see a Savage Hulk. I want to just see World War Hulk just all out, just
Well, I think the boat on that's kind of sailed because of Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're still gonna. We might still get something of that in Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe some Maestro too.
I mean, because they introduced Scar, Hulk's son, in the fucking horrible She-Hulk show.
Oh god!
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that piece of shit.
Well, there's I'm hearing there's supposed to be 3 teams in Doomsday. You're going to have the Fox X-Men. You're going to have Thunderbolts.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, Thunderbolts and all that, and then you'll have the You'll have they're the new Avengers, and then you'll have Sam Wilson leading up a team of Avengers, and they're all going to kind of battle
New
or
Avengers
something like that. Yeah, the new Avengers or Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
You got someone new in the chat there, Ed.
Oh, I do.
Diari Ali Tahir.
Tahir, welcome.
I hope I said that right.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Yeah, we're just kind of talking about everything right now.
Yeah, it's dark in those rooms.
I've seen most of the MCU films. I didn't see Quantum Mania and
I've seen them
a
all.
few others, but
They missed
you
an
know,
opportunity in Quantumania.
yeah.
I don't
They
think
should have
Quantumania is as bad as everyone makes it out to be. I mean, there's a lot
Well,
of problems with it.
I just have a problem with Ant-Man being the one to take out Kang. You know, that's like me fighting a Hulk. It's just not gonna
Well,
happen.
it's
I'm not gonna
one
beat the
version
Hulk.
of Kang, and it's a microscopic version of Kang that's been neutered.
I still think they need Kang. They needed to finish the Kang
See,
storyline, and I
my
feel like
problem with Quantumania is how conniving and lying every woman in his life is.
you said that. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
It's true.
Like
Very
Janet,
good
like
point.
lies to everybody, and it causes the major problem. His daughter goes ahead and makes a freaking tunnel into that world without telling anybody, as if like her 16-year-old ass is a fucking rocket scientist already.
Well, Frank makes a
You know,
good point
and
that
Hope knows about it and doesn't tell anyone.
right. Well, the thing is,
You know, and it's like just a problem because none of them were communicating, and it's like, have a good night, Astray.
oh yeah, Stray, thank you for being here, man.
Good night, Astray.
Later, bro.
Yeah, just it's like, and watching like Cassie yell at her father for rightly criticizing her, like it's just that was the stuff that upset me about that movie.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about the what's his name? And Frank said, oh, there's Frank. Okay, hey Frank.
Hey guys.
Yeah, Frank, you were talking about them trying to
Ooh,
bring the
pretty.
actor back.
Yeah.
I think if he's been acquitted, I think they should bring Jonathan Majors back as Kang.
But will
And
he
just-
want to? That's the thing.
and no, he wants to. He's publicly said that he loves Marvel and all this.
Yeah.
He wants to come back because
And he did a great job in the role.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He did.
Just get through all that red tape.
Yeah, and I mean, will people allow that to happen? I think if he's
They brought back
acquitted,
James Gunn
they
to finish the Guardian stuff after they fired him.
That is a very valid point. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Guardian 3 either.
Oh, Guardian 3, in my opinion, is the best of the trilogy.
I might agree with
Good.
you on that.
I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I didn't want it to
There's
suck.
parts of it that are going to pull at your heartstrings, man. There's parts of it that'll really get you.
Watch that
But
one.
I won't say anymore.
Yeah, it'll make you cry like the first 10 minutes of Up.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's true.
I will not watch that one again. I can only watch the first and second one.
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't like the third one?
I like it.
I've been hit or
want to
miss.
watch it because of that.
Oh, you just don't want to cry anymore.
Yep, I don't need to cry.
Gotcha.
It's like that was it the third or fourth Toy Story was like really good.
Yeah.
I forgot which one.
Yeah,
you know what? Now.
You know why Toy Story, like the whole like them going into the incinerator and holding each other's hands didn't like bug me at all? Because I fucking break figures apart. I'm Sid. You know what I'm saying? I break figures apart to make other figures like all the time.
I do too, but with love.
Yeah.
I try to put them back together.
And I try and use all the parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I use 4 different figures to like make one figure, I try to make 3 other figures out of the remaining parts.
I have a bunch of 375 figures that are damaged. Over time, I've bought lots, like groups, bundles of figures, because I've been able to get them cheaply that way, and then I'll keep what I want and resell them or sell the others.
What mine?
So I end up with some figures that can't be sold, and they don't have hands or whatever, but I stick them on my shelf because so fucking what? I like them that they've been played with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of my friends, and I wanted to ask him this. I was going to ask everybody on Kaz and Bruce's stream tonight, but one of my good friends told me today. He said he has a bunch of action figures, Star Wars action figures from the 80s, but he also has like Thundercats and another franchise, and he was wondering where did want to put them on eBay, and I was like, he needed. I was trying to get him to come on and talk to some of you guys. I was like, because y'all could probably hook him up with more, or some of y'all might be interested in some of what he's got. I mean, I'm wondering if he has anything they've been played with. So I wonder if there's much value, especially in the Star Wars stuff from the 80s.
So he's got 80s figures?
Yeah, he has 80s
the Beastie
figures.
Boys had the ladies from the 80s, from here to White Castle.
Oh.
To West Nile.
Maybe, I don't know, Craigslist or something.
Does somebody want to switch out for Kaz and Bruce? They're here. They just popped up real quick.
I can jump out.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
All right. I'll back.
Yeah, I can jump out. I need to work in the morning anyways, so.
You sure?
Okay, Prophet.
You guys have a great night.
Well, I just lost it.
Go
And
ahead.
I'll see you next time.
Stay.
Okay.
Later on,
well,
brother.
thank you, Prophet, for being here. Okay, now they disappeared. Maybe they'll come back. As soon as we said that, they disappeared. But yeah.
So as far as Star Wars figures go, there's a lot of the classic like Kenner stuff. If it's been played with and it has paint scuffs and shit, they're worth
$3
to $5, $3 to $10 generally, right? I mean, they've made a lot of them. It's the ones that are in good shape, with minimal paint damage, minimal play, scrapes, and they come with their weapons. And if they came with soft goods, that makes a difference. And like, exactly. Carded stuff is a different situation altogether because there wasn't a lot of that left. Right. But just generally opened figures. You can go to the flea market and find somebody selling Star Wars figures for $1.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that a Magneto Archangel?
No.
No. It's the X Factor Archangel wings on Nemesis Immortal Classified.
Oh wow! Holy crap!
And Spider-Man
Spider-Man
shot,
Spider sperm,
which actually goes well with Cobra Law because a lot of those creatures shot out stuff like that.
I bet you they did.
So he holds it clubbing people. Giant sperm. But I want to get another set so I can paint the wings kind of like to match.
Oh, cool.
Match a little more.
That's awesome. That's cool.
One of my buddies runs a comic shop in Albuquerque, and he just got an exceptional group of vintage Kenner Star Wars figures. Nice. And I'd estimate their condition is between 8.5 and 9.5 for open. Okay. So, I mean, they are near perfect. And they've got their weapons and they have their cloaks and everything looks like it came out of the package yesterday. So, he's got those at $20, $30, $60 depending on the figure. So
what's
again,
your most rare?
It depends on what you like and what you're looking for.
Right. What's your most rare Star Wars figure that you have, Doug? Like, probably your most valuable, most rare.
So 375. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Gotta go peruse
Drum
the
roll.
Uh-oh.
It's the
Let's go to the
Jawa
vault.
with the final cape on card.
It's the Doug Smith General Store of Star Wars.
Is it the was the Boba Fett that had the shot the rocket or whatever?
That was only a prototype.
Yeah.
That was only a
Oh,
prototype.
no.
Never
Okay.
made it out in the wild.
Never
don't-
made. Okay.
I don't care about vintage
Ladies and
figures.
gentlemen.
I sold most of mine. I had like, I don't know, 80 of them or so. And, I'm like, man, there's so much better figures and these are boring and I need the space and get them the fuck out of here. I do have a bunch of vintage play sets and ships, but only a few vintage figures. So this is a comic pack set. This is Delilah Blue and Darth Nile.
Sean Blast though.
So
Oh.
this set,
I remember them.
this set's probably the rarest two figures in the group. She's not worth as much as the Darth is. This figure is probably $250 in a bad market.
Why are you holding it now,
In a-
then?
Yes, where are your gloves?
Need the white gloves when you hold
My
those.
toy. This
So
is my toy.
Do you
Is
know?
that-
I'm trying to remember. Are those characters from like the Old Republic stories?
I want to say those are from Legacy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
they're legacy.
familiar, but I
Which,
just
They're,
which was
They're
the
Darth Talon and Cade Skywalker related.
okay.
and I want to say Cade Skywalker
Oh.
was like Luke's grandson.
Oh,
Was it his
so
son or his grandson?
I did have the legacy, some of the
Yeah.
legacy comic books before I stopped collecting. Okay, so
Yeah, this is like 100 years in the future.
that's what they need to basically go with in live action is get to that point of Star Wars already.
Fucking focus, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that 2-pack.
And that was an in and out real quick, probably.
Yeah, it's absolutely rare. I've got the comic around here somewhere.
Yeah.
It might be over there in my bookcase. But yeah,
Dark
these two
Empire,
figures
and then
that
Legacy.
generally in the package, it's a $500 set.
Wow.
Many years ago, and by that I mean in the 90s.
I know.
My wife's granddad, he used to go to. I mean,
That's
if he saw a yard sale, he'd stop at it.
Yeah.
And he bought this box of Kenner Star Wars figures and gave them to me. And I was going through them, and I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen this, and then I came across a yak face, and I was like,
face.
I have never seen this, so I had to go research it. And in North America, it was only released in the Canadian market.
Yak
Yeah.
face?
That's true.
I had a yak face as a kid. I believe they made that one. Unless it was just a different version later.
They
They
made it.
They
but
made
they
it.
didn't
Kenner made
release it in America.
But yeah, that was at the time that Star Wars was on its last leg as far as action figures and stuff went. Well, as far as everything went.
The
Really.
yak face came from what? Jedi?
Yeah, he was in Jedi.
Okay,
And I
so-
want to say that figure was one of the last ones they produced in the Power of the Force. That it came with the coin and all that, but at the time, they had the things produced. They weren't selling the American market, so they all went to foreign markets. And in North America, they only went to Canada.
Exactly.
Now it's loose.
They
It
also
doesn't
sold
have
in
its
Europe.
weapon. But I was still, man, I was so excited over that. I was like, I never thought I would see
Yeah.
in person a Kenner yak face.
Okay.
Absolutely. I've only seen one time in my whole life. I've seen more blue fucking snaggle tooths than I've seen
Oh, the Sears one.
that yak face. And I've seen 2 vinyl Jawas.
I
A
remember.
vinyl Cape Jawa.
Well, I want to say as a kid, I remember seeing the vinyl Cape Jawa in the store, but that's not the one I ended up with. I ended up with the one with the
Oh,
cross.
not me.
You haven't
By
been
the time
true.
that stuff got to New Mexico, we were already in the cloth cape. There's marketing divisions within the country,
Yeah.
and especially back in the day, it was more pronounced. You got East Coast, West Coast, and Middle. And Middle always gets the product last.
Yeah.
And only if it sells in 1 and 2. So we were fortunate, and we got some Star Wars toys, but that was so fun. I mean, that was really my most treasured toys. Never let my sisters play with them. Always kept the guns in a little, film canister. I was real protective. We didn't have a lot of money. I only had 23, I think, figures. And of course, my pride and joy was my Millennium Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
I had to give up toys for a whole year to convince my parents to buy that for me for Christmas.
And
You know what I mean? Is that
what
sort
a
of
great
deal?
toy for a kid, as a kid. That was the central piece of everything Star Wars that ever happened in, in my pattern. Now, I will
Absolutely.
say one piece I always wanted was the Death Star. The Kenner Death Star. That was I had a couple of cousins that had it, so
that was a fun.
I played with it, but that was a good play set, except for like the stands, the legs weren't too sturdy, and that cardboard.
It's not that bad, but for a kid, it's a little difficult. Yeah, a little fragile.
That cardboard never survives. Well, I won't say never. There's people that do have it, but most of the cardboard
I've got
that you
2
see now are repros. You got 2 Death Stars?
I've got 2 with original cardboard, but one of them has a little tiny chew hole from a mouse or something like that. So you're right. I mean, it's hard to keep that stuff perfect. But yeah, I've got 2 of them, and one of them is missing 2 parts, and the other one's missing like 4.
And I bet one of those parts is the chasm swing piece. That one is notorious.
I sold my complete boxed one like 2 years ago to one of my best friends, because again, I was like needing space, and dude was like, oh, you know what I mean? It was his childhood dream to own this thing he never had. And so I sold it to him. That's what best friends are for, right?
Yeah.
Every piece of sponge styrofoam from the trash compactor.
Oh yeah, that stuff degrades bad. It just crumbles.
Yeah.
I will tell you, turns into concrete.
The worst Star Wars playset that Kenner ever did was Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. And don't get me wrong, it had some neat features to it. Okay, it had Darth Vader's his meditation chamber that had a little red light in it. And like the front of it looked like the window he's always staring out, and it had the pit. But man, that thing, it was bad. It wasn't good.
It looks a lot better if you have two of them side by side, right? Because it's supposed to be a wrongly scaled version of the Star Destroyer bridge. That's the overall shape. So if you put two back to back, it kind of has a different neat effect, but you end up,
I think
sacrificing space for garbage playset. Like you said, it's a garbage playset.
That would have been great for G.I. Joe, and then just alter the front to make it look like a giant cobra head, because that looks like the ship from the movie, the cartoon movie that they did.
Right.
Yeah, it does kind of.
You can maybe alter that. That would be kind of cool.
But even as bad as it is, it's still sitting in my display. It has modern figures in it, but
nowadays
I've got one right over there.
And
it's not scale.
Some of the best play sets they did were those Hoth play sets.
Yeah,
like
the
Imperial base, which I always thought how is this the Imperial base? This looks like the Rebel base.
Like the Dagobah system, or the Dagobah.
The Dagobah one's cool, and it had a lot of cool features in it too.
Yeah.
Where you could even have that one little cone that you shoved up into R2D2 to make him levitate when you mashed the rock.
Yep.
And the foam quicksand.
The foam's gone.
Oh, it's gone. It is.
Yeah.
Gone.
I have several of those, and all the foam is history.
I used to prop that on a couple pillows, so when you push somebody in, he actually fell.
Yeah.
The thing to do is to pick up one of those sets and then just cut new pieces of foam and put them in yourself. This is just a little click-in piece.
Well, what I did with mine
is originally.
I forget which line it was, but there was one of the Star Wars Hasbro lines that it had a Dagobah Luke in the the T-shirt, and he had swappable arms and a swappable head, so you could put him upside down. He comes with a stand, and his hands fit in the stand. And then there was like an Obi-Wan and a Yoda and whatever, and all the stands clicked together. So I put the stands together, and I just put them over the quicksand hole.
Yeah, good idea.
Nice.
Hey guys, well, I don't want to have to go, but the dog, he's out there digging in the yard. So we our next door neighbor I think they have a pond in their backyard. We have frogs. Like last week we were down here, I got 4 little frogs in the house, and it's like getting them out the house. But he was out there digging. I was like, man, it's 2 in the morning. Why are you digging? But he's already told me it's time for bed, so I probably got to call it a night.
Poor Cobra Quinn. His feelings got hurt and he left.
Thanks for inviting.
It's great to hang out with everyone tonight.
Yeah. Thank you for being here.
It's always great to hang out with you guys. It's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
I look forward to it.
Other than Ed, I don't have any real life friends.
Yeah.
Real?
I got one other friend.
I thought Ed was AI.
Well, AI is doing a terrible job. This is the best thing to do.
6 fingers on one hand.
Dude,
actually,
how many fingers
he's
you
actually
got,
a Terminator.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I've got 11 fingernails. I'm a freak.
Oh, no.
So I had my finger chopped off before and reattached. So technically, I'm 11. But,
cool.
Good night to you as well, my friend.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. See you all tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, good night.
No, I probably won't be on tomorrow.
Yeah, we probably won't.
I'll
I'll
be over at Kaz.
If you want to see me tomorrow, just watch one of my videos.
Absolutely. Okay.
Have a good
We'll
night,
see y'all
guys.
later.
All
Then. How's that?
Later.
All right.
Good night.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody.
Cracky
Good night.
Kermit. Oh, that's Bruce, I think. Jesus is my friend. So welcome, Cracky Kermit. And
And good night. Good morning.
yeah,
Whatever you
it's
prefer.
I guess it's like good morning. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can't be
got-
on here like 4 or 5 hours like M3 does. I don't think I can stomach it that way. But
Oh man.
yeah, so we're going to wrap it. I'm coming, buddy. You can hear him. He's barking in there. He's like, it's bedtime. So that's Barkley. But yeah, we're going to be at Joe Fest, and we're going to try to record some content for everybody.
I've got my GoPro to record.
Barkley,
B-roll.
come here. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm gonna
Yes.
hit the end.
Barkley, come here, buddy.
Good night, everybody.
Yep.